So I would talk a little bit about the history, how I came to know that I was unjustly placed on watch list for the purpose of putting through different persecutions within communities. I mean, apart from my circumstantial evidences, when I came to university in Middlesbrough, England in 2019, occasionally I would come across some different people, black and other ethnicities. They would introduce themselves. They're working for military. Sometimes in the elevator, lifts, sometimes outdoor, I would be smoking, and they would just, pretend they come around to socialize or something. I talked to, I mean, when the repetition of these things start happening, I went to for some other support to student union building, and try talking to that advisor. And I explained him, and he said it's we have so many police officers, intelligence and military who take part-time courses, so it's nothing special. um, then there was somebody who was ex independent advisory group member or independent policing group who work sort of in the name of counterterrorism or something. He was supposedly sort of support provider for the international students or something, and he revealed that you are being stalked or being mistreated by members of independent advisor group that also involves university students. They do that to, you know, put something on their resume that they did that kind of thing to, uh, you know, to determine something if somebody was involved into some sort of crimes or not. And then I was in Scotland, and I would get tortured against my implants that I explained in another video how it happened. Indoors and outdoors, I would get tortured day and night, and it was last Ramadan 2022. I would go in the mosque and I would get tortured even during prayers against my implants with very painful frequencies that would distract prayers, and that would make me leave from there. I tried talking to Imam, and he said, we it's normal that when they seek refuge or asylum as a part of government requirement, they sign up for collaborating for counterterrorism or anti-terrorism and those kind of things. This is one thing, but the government should know these people, they are misusing. They're given uh, whatever the little authority or whatever. They work with the main lineages, with the main agents or with the main counterterrorism agents or whatever. And then I was in France during when I was there and transitioning during this asylum thing for the last 8 months or so. After spending the whole day getting exhausted, when I was finding my way to relocate to another city or get displaced to another city, this is how it would work. A man, he was standing at the stop, and he was just looking at me, staring at me with a little creepy smile or whatever. He questioned me, it was about after midnight. Are you targeted by CIA? I said, yes, it's not limited to that, but within communities, by religious and other ethnic communities. He said, why don't you join CIA and work with them? They got a lot of beautiful blonde girls and stuff. So Soon after that, there were uh, three, four different blonde girls. They were came around and they were just stood there for a while and then they left. This is how they. That's another thing. That's a part of the bully. They reveal something and then they make it happen. That's one thing. Other than that, my circumstantial evidence is the way I'm being targeted. I tried explaining in different video clips. The pattern is obviously it's the experimentation and everything. It's pattern is by intelligence and the MIs. I would like to quote the example of about two worlds renowned whistleblowers and two worlds renowned asylum seekers. I'm trying to relate my asylum, the series of calamities that I endured while seeking asylum in Europe. The Julian Assange and Edward Snowden. Julian Assange was, as a ordinary targeted individual, how I look into this. The Julian Assange was just an ordinary uh, journalist. Like he probably didn't have that kind of understanding of intelligence things comparing to Edward Snowden. I think he had clear vision where he had to go, where he has to um, go to seek asylum, and he went there. And Julian Assange probably he didn't know where he had to go. He didn't have that deep understanding, and he got stuck here. This is how I look into it as an ordinary targeted individual. Um, they would detain and they would put through different experimentations.